With May 8th right around the corner and the Galactic War in full swing right now, with the huge swaths of territory lost by Pred Strain, Incineration Corps, hell, even the Jet Brigade's back, the current state of the Galactic War has made it quite prevalent to me that we face some core fundamental issues with the system, and I think we should just start with the philosophy of Arrowhead's Game Masters for the Galactic War. Currently, I really dislike how the GMs are conducting the evolution of the story. I want to preface that I understand and completely agree that one, we should not be winning every planetary liberation or defense we are asked to conduct, as well as two, that the Galactic War should not be so easy that we can just easily wipe either faction off the galaxy with little to no effort. I love it when we lose an MO or we lose minuscule battles that seem trivial at the moment, that they can have lasting impressions on the war and completely throw us for a loop. A great recent example is the successful invasion by the Illuminate on Fenrir 3, which resulted in the containment breach of a captured Pred Strain bugs, allowing the Hive to run rampant, swallowing up around 6 or 8 planets. I think that's amazing, as frustrating as it might be, because it just shows you that the war is reactionary. The choices we as a community make or our failures to act have consequences. Yet, for some reason, a lot of that is very one-sided. I feel like more recently, MOs and or failures we have are setting us back and back and back to the point that months of progress is just completely lost. While when we successfully pull off a MO that lore-wise was supposed to be doing unprecedented levels of infrastructural damage to the faction's empire and resource-intensive costs are extraordinary for them, that is almost never represented at all gameplay-wise. I think the Jet Brigade are some of the most damning culprits of this, where it would seem that our actions are nothing more but just stalling. Where the Jet Brigade have been defeated, I think now 6 or 7 times. 2 of those were heavy resource investments by the bots, and so when they were defeated surrounding planets, resistance rates dropped to show you that, well, they were bolstered up to have a lot of forces, and due to their significant defeat, a lot of planets were left undermanned. And another one of those defeats involved the complete foundational wipe of the sub-faction, as we had raided their factory world and razed those factories to the ground. Yet here we are, they are now the 8th time fully functional at full capacity. When we lost Short Bay, almost instantly were those factories rebuilt, which to me makes no sense. I feel a sub-faction like this should honestly be permanently gone until a huge expansion or something very important, yet that's never the case. They get wiped out and come back a week later. Hell, the reason why they built the factories on Short Bay was because the planet offered the necessary infrastructure to allow those factories to mass produce such a unit. Yet now, those very same factories are on Aurora Bay. It feels like a lot of the time the rules and limitations are bent for the AI faction, yet for the Helldivers, I mean excluding Squid invasions, as it's now the same, it's not the same as like other faction invasions mechanically. When we lose a planet that has a key asset on it, for example Tarsh with the logistics hub, we can never rebuild it. Even when those buildings from a lore perspective are nothing special, like the process of rebuilding the DSS, why can't we rebuild the Seaf mass recruitment base? Are you telling me the Seaf base is so unique of a building or structure layout that we can't build another? As well as when we own these key assets, almost all the time are they solely used for a single MO and then instantly never used again. The only one that has truly broken this rule is the Science Center on Fenrir 3. It's quite frustrating as well, as why besides the Science Center are all our key assets always on the front line, and we have no way to vote where these buildings can go? Why can't we use that bureaucratic terminal on the flip side of where the armory is that's theorized to be used for voting? Why not make that the infrastructure's terminal where we can vote where we place these bases on? Give us, obviously, you know, the set amount of planets, because if it was up to us, we're just going to put them all on the border rim planets or on Super Earth where there's nothing, they're in no danger, as well as, you know, give them passives. You're telling me there's a whole institute that's dedicated to monitoring civilian population of Super Earth and her colonies, and it can't act as a listening post or show us troop movements at all in adjacent sectors, or early warning detection for defense campaigns? Or with the factory hub, since it would be a hub of production, adjacent sector campaigns have hellpot optimization by default? However, it feels like until the MO deems these assets worthy, they're just glorified PNGs with no meaning or impact on the war. While the bots, now that they own the Deep Mantle Forge complex, will now have some new next level armor plating for an elite entire legion. While when we owned it for however many months, months, there was no such benefit to us. After that DSS was built, that complex was basically forgotten. I just want to win in Helldivers to feel more than just surviving. I want when we win, it's a meaningful and impactful impression on the faction we are beating, while also on the flip side, when we are losing or lose important objectives, that it is just as impactful as it is for us as it is for the enemy. But tell me what you guys think down below in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts on your opinions on the matter. If you're looking to play with fellow Helldivers, or you just want to keep up to date with the channel, join the Discord and the 2nd Liberation Battalion, link in the description down below. Thank you to my amazing channel members and coffee supporters who support the dream. Be safe and don't drown.